Hello everyone, welcome back to part 7 of our AI-102 question series. Before we start our video, I want to give quick shout out to Grow. As you know, India is the fastest growing economy in the world and you can join this journey with Grow, which is an online trading platform through which you can invest in Indian stocks and mutual funds. And it is currently used by more than 70 million users. So download Grow now from my affiliated link in the description. Also, one more request, please let me know in the comments if you are following our series. Your comments below each video keeps me motivated to push videos regularly. I would like to mention our special subscribers Varuni, Harshit, Sumi, Sudeep, Trisha, and Niram who are commenting in each video. So without any further ado, let's get started. So we are already done till question number 52. Now in this video, we are going to start a new case study. So let's get started. So here is an overview given that Contoso Limited, it's an international accounting firm. It has offices in France, Portugal, and United Kingdom. So these are the locations. And it has some professional service department which has these roles. Okay, accountants at the manager and consultant level in all the three offices. Customer service manager, United Kingdom, customer service bookkeeper at the manager consultant level, and these are only in the UK and these are in all the three offices. Okay, so what is their existing setup? First, in their infrastructure, they are using Azure, Microsoft 365, Dynamic 365, and Azure Active Directory. Okay, so now this Active Directory has changed its name to Microsoft Entra. So, like in some question, you may find ENTRA. So that is similar to Azure AD only. Okay. So Contoso has Azure Active Directory for securing role-based access. Okay, so they are utilizing Azure AD and the company utilizing below naming convention, that is country level role and level role, and we have already seen what is the country and what is the level and what is the role. Okay, so they are following this naming convention to basically assign their groups. Okay. Now, next is what is their existing intellectual property. So they have weekly webinars, blogs, wikis, monthly conference recording, and FAQs, and different formats given like video, text, and in the following languages. Okay, and they are the weekly webinars are stored on blob storage. Blogs are on WordPress. On this below URLs, domains also given for each of the content, and this is on CosmoDB wiki. Monthly conference recording are on SharePoint, and FAQs are also on SharePoint. Okay, so it text-based content is provided only in one language and is not translated. Okay, so whatever text your base content you're seeing, blogs, wikis, and FAQs, they are in one language only. Okay, even you see here English, French, or Portuguese, but that means like if you go to like blog.contoso.com, that means it is only in the English language. If you go to ptblog.contoso.com, that means blog available in like Portuguese language will only be available, and here for the French. Suppose like one from the French community posted one blog on the French blog website, but it won't be available, its translation won't be available on the English website or the Portuguese website. That is the, like, I guess the problem will come up. And same for the wiki case as well as for the FAQ, which is only in the English language. Next is the requirements. Okay, so this we have talked till now is their existing setup. Now what they want to improve in this. Okay, what is their requirements? So they have planned to like develop a document processing workflow which can extract information automatically from PDFs and images of financial documents. Okay, so this is their requirement. And next is customer support chatbot that will answer question by FAQs. Okay, similar like in the previous case study, there was a requirement of chatbot which can answer questions, right? And we have already seen like Q&A maker we have to utilize and different roles we have to attach. Okay, and then a searchable knowledge base of all the intellectual properties. Okay, so the search will work on all the webinars, blogs, wikis, recordings, and FAQs. Now, what's the technical requirement? All content must be approved before published. Okay, so there is an approval stage is required. and all plant project must support English, French, and Portuguese. So yeah, that's what we are thinking. Like wiki, which is just in the Portuguese language, or blog is in Portuguese language, it should be available in the French as well and English as well. So that means translation will be required, and all content must be secured by using role-based access control. So means content should be accessed only when they have the role-based permission. Okay, if their role has the required permission, then only they should be able to access the content. Okay, and again, this role-based access control (RBAC) role assignment must use the principle of least privilege. So this you should always do, and in the real world also this principle. So we should always give least permission required by user to perform its task. Okay. So RBAC role must be assigned only to the Azure Active Directory groups. Okay, so individually we don't want to assign the roles. We should assign it to a group. Just like in the previous case study, we assigned not to the like individual senior managers. We created a group named leadership team and then assigned the permission to it, right? And AI solution responses must have a confidence score that is equal to or greater than 70%. Okay. So like that was the like problem which I talked in the previous case study. Like they are just allowing it when its score is like 50% more. Generally in practical stuff, we should allow only when it is greater than or equal to 70% confidence. When AI itself is 70% sure, okay, whatever it is telling, it is like 70% correct. When the response confidence score of AI is lower than 70%, the response must be improved by human input. Okay. So means like when the like AI is not so sure about, like it is less than 70% sure. So it should not like go anything. Like in the previous case, they are just publishing the text only when it is more than 50%. But what they are doing, like if it is below 50%, that was not clear. But here they clearly mention that if it is below 70%, then like it should be improved by human input. So means an alert should be gone to an human. Now the confidence score is 70% low, so you have to provide the input. Okay. Now what are the chatbot requirements? So it should provide customer with the answer to the FAQs. It should chat to the customer service agent, and the members of the group management accountants. So it is following that naming convention as well as we talked here, level role. Okay, management accountants, it can approve the FAQs, and consultant accountants can create and amend the FAQs. So we already know, like approve the FAQs, that is publish the changes, as we have already seen on the previous questions, question number 44 and 45 specifically. So they are like to approve the FAQs, that means you require the cognitive user role, and for create and amend the FAQs, you have to require the editor role, Q&A maker editor. And agent customer service can browse the FAQs. That means only read permission is required. So Q&A maker read role will be sufficient for them. And you have to ensure that access to customer service agent is managed by using omni-channel for customer service. When the response confidence score is low, ensure that chatbot can provide the other response option to the customers. Okay. So like when your confidence score is low, as like below 70%, your chatbot can provide like any other options as well. Okay, it should not like it should go not into blank. It should give some other response to the customers. Next is document processing requirements. So the document should contain less than 20 pages. It should be formatted as PDF or JPEG file, and it should have a distinct standard for each office. Means they should have a separate template for UK office, for France office, for Portugal office. Okay. And also the document processing solution should be able to extract tables and text from the financial document. And also it should be able to extract information from receipt images. Okay. So there are two type of things. The one is from the financial document, it should be able to extract the table and text. And from the receipt images, second type of document, like receipt images, it should also able to extract the images. Okay. And the member of a group named management bookkeeper should be able to define how to extract these tables from the financial document, and the consultant bookkeepers should be able to process these financial documents. Okay. So this is a like different, they will define like how we are going to extract these tables from the financial document, and the consultant should be able to process the financial document. Okay. Next is knowledge base requirement. So knowledge base should support searches for equivalent terms. So the equivalent terms means suppose I search for like automobile. So it should give me result related to cars as well. Okay. Like a synonym kind of thing. Okay. Like if I search for food, if like there is some vegetable or some fruits, so it should also give me a result and can describe jargon with the high accuracy. Okay. So if I guess you already know what is jargon, but if you don't know, jargons are specific words related to a profession. Just like if you take a medical profession, so you have like terms like BP or CBC, which represent blood pressure and complete blood count, which is specifically related to that profession, and maybe they have different meaning in some other profession. So here we are doing it for the accounting firm. So all the accountant related jargons should be we have to transcribe them with the high accuracy. That means we have to customize something for that. Can search content in different formats and include videos. Okay, so it should search into like all the formats. Like there will be, as you know, like we have videos, we have blogs, we have wikis, and it should be available in all the format. The search should able to search in all the formats. Okay, and it should provide relevant link to the external resources for further research. Suppose ours is an accounting firm. So like we are doing accounting for the Amazon company. So if we are doing it, so it should has Amazon related links or it's like what are its profit. So external links or Wikipedia pages link, it should be able to like provide the relevant links automatically so that an individual can do further research. Okay. So let's start with our question. You need to develop an extract solution for the receipt images. Like we want to extract the information from the receipt images, right? And the solution must meet the document processing requirements and the technical requirements. You upload the receipt images to the form recognizer API for analysis. Okay, that is the like perfect service to choose, and the API return the following JSON. Okay, so they have already utilizing form recognizer to like extract information from receipt images, and it has like return some result. Okay, in form of below JSON. So, which expression should you use to trigger a manual review of the extracted information by a member of consultant bookkeeper group? Okay, so as we know, like consultant bookkeeper is going to like here is our consult paper. They want to process the financial document, so they want to utilize it for the later purposes. Basically, you want to send an alert, so the extracted information can be reviewed by this group members, consultant bookkeeper. Okay, so how you are going to do that? So let's first see what is this JSON. Okay, so this is basically a document result. Form recognizer has put out its result. It find out this is a like we are going to utilize the receipt model, pre-built receipt model. The one page is provided and it has identified some field from the receipt image. That one is the receipt type and one is the merchant name. Okay, so these two fields it has found. Receipt type is a string field and its confidence score is 0.6 and merchant name is like it's also like its value text it is find out and it has the confidence score of 0.913, that is 91% it is sure. For receipt type field it is only 67% sure. So first option is document results dot doc type equals to pre-built receipt. So that means it is going to check the doc type here in the document results, and if it is pre-built receipt then it is going to trigger the alert. Okay, which we don't want. Like every receipt it is going to scan, it is going to throw an alert, which we don't want. So this is not going to be my answer. Next option is document results dot field dot star. That means it is going to select any term dot confidence less than 0.7. Okay, so this seems to be me correct. Like in the documents result, if like any field, whether it's receipt type or whatever it has detected, if its confidence is 0.7, then it will trigger the alert. So this is what I want, right? So next is document result dot fields dot receipt type dot confidence is greater than 0.7. So that means when the receipt type is greater than 0 0.7, then it is going to trigger the alert. But we want to trigger the alert now, and it is not greater than 0 0.7. And question is demanding like it should trigger the alert, which is not the case here. Of course, opposite what we want. Next is document result dot field dot merchant name dot confidence is less than 0 0.7, which is not the case here, right? And we want to trigger the manual review. Okay, so of course B is the correct option, and let's check it. So yes, B is the correct answer. Next is you are developing the knowledge base by using Azure Cognitive Search. Okay, yes, we want to develop the knowledge base. You need to meet the knowledge base requirement for searching equivalent terms. Okay, just like we talk about automobile and car example, if we are searching similar, it should not just like in the previous case study, we are looking only for the auto completion. Okay, just like I search for micro, it should give me micro, Microsoft or something related to it. But here we are looking to search for the equivalent terms. So what should you include into the solution? I hope you understand the question. So let's check the first option. First is synonym map. Okay. So synonym map in Azure Cognitive Search allows you to like basically define the equivalent terms, just like what we are looking for. As the name also clearly suggested, it is looking to map the synonyms, just like cars, automobile, or anything like bikes, motorcycle. It will like link to the similar synonyms. It will connect it to, and they will appear in your search. This is basically what we want. Okay, so whenever any user search for any particular term, search engine will consider all the synonyms which you have defined in this synonym map. Just like we defined the in the suggester in the previous case study, we defined the suggester like what field you want to consider. Similarly, you will define all the synonym maps like what synonyms you want to consider. You will define here. Okay, so like just like I give example of car and automobile, you want to like define it as a synonym. Then it will, if you search for car, then it will also give you result of automobiles also. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So this is going to be my answer. But let's check the other option as well. Next option is suggester. So we have already seen in the previous case study, it is going to help you like in which field you want to search, and helps you to for the auto complete functionality, but not into searching the equivalent terms. Okay, and next is a customer analyzer. So custom analyzer is used to define like how text is processed during indexing and querying, and it you can also do tokenization, filtering, and stripping. But although it can do the like text analysis and how to process the text, but it does not specifically address the our requirement of searching equivalent terms. Okay, so this is also not going to be answer. And last one is built-in key phrase extraction skill. Okay, so this is just to extract the key phrases. If you want to do that, then you are going to utilize the built-in key phrase extraction skill. But here our requirement is to find the equivalent terms. Okay, which is not the case here with this key phrase extraction skill. Okay, so synonym map is going to be my answer. Let's check it. So yes, this is correct. You are developing the knowledge base by using Azure Cognitive Search. You need to process wiki content to meet the technical requirement. What should you include in the solution? Okay, so you want to process the wiki content. So those who don't know what is wiki, so wiki is basically any kind of website or any kind of portal where it is maintained by its own users as well. So biggest example is Wikipedia also. Like any user can do like changes into it, and it got approved by some senior members who are also its users. Okay, just like any company's internal website where they just put their documented, you might have heard of like Confluence pages. It's a similar wiki website only. Okay, so as we can see from our case study, like here it is wiki, and it's a text format, and it's in just one language. We already seen like text based content is only in one language and not translated. So it's either in one of the three languages, and it's stored in the Azure Cosmos DB, and it's on the internal domain internal.contoso.com/wiki. Okay, so like what should you include in the solution? Okay, so first is indexer for Azure Blob Storage. So that is not going to help me because wiki is on the Cosmo DB. So blob storage option is definitely not going to be on my answer. Okay. Next is an indexer for Azure Cosmo DB attest to a skill set that contains the document extraction skills and the text translation. So yeah, indexer for Cosmo DB is definitely what we require. Attest to a skill set that contains the document extraction skill. So what is this document extraction skill? It is used to extract text, tables, and other information from the document. But our wiki content is already in the text format. So we don't need the extraction process. So this is not going to be my answer. Next is an indexer for Azure Cosmos DB attached to a skill set that contains the language detection skill and the text translation skill. So yes, this is going to be my answer. So what it will do, it will index for like Azure Cosmos DB where my wiki is stored, and it has the skill set which can do the language detection skill. Basically, it is going to detect the language because like it is only in the one language, either in the English, either in the French, or either in the Portuguese. So it will detect it, and then it is going to translate it into other languages. Okay, so like what is the benefit of this language detection? Because this thing also come in your mind, like we can directly translate it. Why we need to detect? Why there is a need of language detection skill? Because adding the language detection skill provides you a more comprehensive and efficient approach. Okay, it will first detect the language and then translate it only if required. Okay, why we I don't want to convert the Portuguese into Portuguese. It will lead to unnecessary like resource consumption as well. It might convert some words into like unnecessary words. Although the text translation skill is crucial to support multiple languages, but without this language detection skill, the system cannot determine like what is the original language of the text content. Okay, and this could lead to incorrect or unnecessary translation if the content is already in the supported language. So let's click on check answer. So yes, this is correct. So let's come to the next question. You are developing the knowledge base by using Azure Cognitive Search. You need to build a skill that is be used by indexers. Okay. How should you fill in the blank for line one? Okay, so this is line one, and you have to fill in the blanks for this. Okay. So, like there is a code given, like the data type for the scale is text version 3 entity recognize. So we want to recognize entities from the given text. And for what categories we want to recognize it, we have to provide it here. Then default language is English, typeless entities true, minimum precision, we already talked about it, 70%. And input is the text and source is documents in the form of content. And the outputs which we are getting is persons, locations, organizations. And then there is another blank, which is going to be, I guess, the next question. So so we have to choose three options here for these three blanks. So like always focus on the question. It is just asking for the line one, not for the line two. Okay. So for the like quickly answer this, you have to see like basically what is there in the output. Okay. So there are three categories there: persons, location, and organization. So like we are going to choose person, organization, and location. So this is going to be our answer, even if we're going to check it. Yes, this is correct because this is what we are getting in the output. So we have must have to provide into like entity recognition category. But to understand this code much better, like how we are going to deal when we have to build an skill, how we are going to do it, let's come to this link of entity recognition cognitive skill, and specifically for version 3. So this question actually sometimes come with the two categories, one with the version 3 and one is without version 3. So this version 3 is the latest, so there is more chances of coming this question. Okay, so there is a like difference in these. Even the like you will find the code very similar, but there is going to be difference in the answer due to this version difference. Okay, so make sure you like recognize this very clearly. So as you can see, this in this version 3, the data type has been changed to text.v3.entity recognition skill. So you this way you can find out. And in the parameter section, you can see first parameter categories. So you can see like possible categories are person, location, organization, quantity, date time, URL, email, person type, event, product, scale, address, phone number, IP address. And if you don't provide any category, then all types are going to return. Here we want to get only for the person, location, and organization. So we are going to like put person, organization, location as we have done. Even though email, as we can see here, like email is a valid category, but we don't want it into the output, so we haven't provided. Let's also check what would be the option in the terms of output, because this is probably going to be our next question. So if you look at the skill outputs, there are persons, location, organization, quantities, date times, URLs, emails, person type, event, products, skills, address, phone numbers, IP address, and named entities. So let's come to our next question. So yes, it is asking about the line 2, about this blank. So what should come in this output? Let's see the option: entities, categories, or named entities. So we already know from this text, like it is going to be named entities, as categories or entities are not part of the output now. However, in the previous version, entities was the part of it. So here, named entities is the part of the skill output, and categories, although it is a part, but it is the like sub part of the named entities. Okay. So named entities is going to be my answer. So let's check it. So yes, this is going to be my answer. So it's correct. Let's move to the next question. You are developing the document processing workflow. You need to identify which API endpoint to use to extract text from the financial document. So here you need to put more focus on these keywords, that you have to identify which endpoint can be used to extract text from financial documents. Okay. Here it is not talking about receipt images. It is talking about to extract text from the financial document. And the solution must meet the document processing requirement. And we need to identify the two endpoints to which can do these tasks. Okay. So first is vision slash v version 3.1 slash read dot analysis. So what is this all about? So this endpoint is a part of computer vision, as you can see, like slash vision, and it is designed for the OCR, that is optical character recognition, which basically extract text from the images or documents, which basically make it suitable to extract text from the financial document. So yes, this can do a task. So this API point can be useful for us. So next option is form recognizer slash version 2.0, custom models, model ID, and then analysis. So is this going to be helpful for us? So this is a form recognizer API for the like custom models API basically. Is this going to be help to extract text from the financial document? Yes, because we have to extract it like we already seen on our case study, we need to deal with the jargons, right? Which with the high accuracy. And to transcribe it jargons into high accuracy, we need to utilize the like our custom models. So this is going to help us in extracting those custom jargons from those financial document. So this is definitely going to help. Next is form recognizer version 2.0 pre-built receipt analysis. So yes, this is what we required. But here it question is asking for the endpoints to from the financial documents, not from the receipt. So this is not going to be my answers. Okay. If it question is asking for the receipt as well, like to extract text from it, then yes, definitely form recognizer pre-built receipt API can able to extract text from it, and it can process those receipt. It is specifically for the like receipt purposes, but not for the financial document, general financial document. Okay. Next is vision 3.1 describe. So no, this is also not going to help us, because this is used to generate a description of the content in the image, as it is saying like computer vision describe. So it is just to give the description, but does not like put more focus on extracting text from the document. It just describe the image, not extract the text from the documents. Okay. Next is vision 3.1 read analyze result. So you might get confused like 3.1 read analyze and read analyze result. So what is the difference between it? So when you connect with this API, so it will start the text extraction process and give you an output, and in the form of output, it give you an operation ID through which you can track, okay, what how much analysis has been done. You can track using this API endpoint analyze result. Okay. So this way you can get the result of the text extraction process, which you have already done using this read analysis. Okay. But we just want to extract text here. So these two endpoints will be sufficient for me. So let's check it. So yes, this is correct. Next question is, you are developing a solution for the management bookkeepers group to meet the document processing requirement. Okay. And the solution must contain a form recognizer resource and a Azure web app that hosts the form recognizer sample labeling tool. Okay. Okay. So we are going to talk more about it. The management bookkeeper group needs to create a custom table extractor by using this sample labeling tool. Basically, we want to create a custom table extractor using this form recognizer sample labeling tool. Which three actions should the management bookkeepers group perform in sequence? So we have to choose the three actions in the sequence. So that is very important. The main focus of question is to create a custom table extractor by using this form recognizer sample labeling tool. Okay, so we need to understand how this form recognizer sampling labeling tool and how you can create custom table extractor. Okay, so this custom keyword is the like another keyword which we have to take in consideration. So let's come to this official page. Here it is given how you can train a custom model using the sample labeling tool. So which is our requirement. So like there are some prerequisite like you require a Azure subscription and document intelligence resource. So you are going to create a document intelligence record and retrieve the key endpoint to it. And then you're going to set up the sample labeling tool. Then you set up the input data. Then you connect to the sample labeling tool. Then you create the new project. Then you label your forms, and while in the process of labeling you identify the text, apply label to the text, and as well as some tag values, apply the label to the tables also, and then you train your custom model. And once you are done with the training a custom model, then you can utilize these little custom models to compose it to a big train model. Okay, so you can like basically compose means it will become a big model out of the like single models. Like here you can see like with model compose you can compose up to 200 model to a single model. Okay, so this way you can utilize multiple models to make a single big model. Okay, so that is known as compose model. So let's come to our option. So first is train a custom model, label the sample. So label we want to do before the training, right? So this is definitely not going to be my option. Next is create a new project and load sample of documents. Okay. Then train the custom model. Yes, first we create the project and load the documents and then we train it and then create a composite model. Okay, so yes, the sequence is absolutely correct. But is that the requirement to make a composite model? We just want to create a custom table extractor, right? We don't want to create a large composite model. So this is not going to be my answer. Next is create a new project and load sample documents. Okay, so this is correct. Create a composite model and then label the sample. So here the sequence itself is not correct. So this is going to be wrong. Create a new project and load sample documents. So this is correct. Then label the sample documents. This is also correct. And then train. So this is definitely going to be my answer. Let's check it. So this is correct. Even though if you have like general knowledge, like how to train a model, so same sequence you do for any AI ML model training, right? Whenever I personally train any AI ML model, I generally follow the approach of human kid approach. Okay. So in this approach, I treat AI as an kid only because kid naturally develops the human intelligence. And here in the AI, we are developing the artificial intelligence. That's the name stand for AI, artificial intelligence. So just like how a kid develops its intelligence, suppose I have to teach a kid to recognize apple, so it can recognize an apple throughout its life. How I'm going to tell you, I first bring the apple or a picture of an apple and show it to him. Okay, this is an apple, so it will remember it, and whenever it sees that image or in whatever, even if it see a new kind of apple, green apple, it will recognize, okay, this is some kind of apple immediately. So that's how the human intelligence works. And similarly for the artificial intelligence, if I want my AI to recognize an apple image, so what I will do, first I will fetch out many apple images, okay, as in data. So that's what we are doing, load sample document. We are loading sample apple images, and then I will label it. Okay, this is an apple, this is an big apple, this is red apple, and this is like different kinds of apple from all the continents. I will label it and just train it. Okay, train that AI. Then AI will be able to recognize whenever it see any new kind of apple, it will be okay, find the similarities between the two, the sample data which we have provided and the like new data. and just able to recognize it. This is like the basic idea how like AI ML models generally work. Okay. So let's move to the next question. You are developing the knowledge base. You use the Azure Video Indexer, previously Video Analyzer for Media. So like this is a very funny thing. Like Azure Video Indexer is the new name, and it is previously known as Video Analyzer for Media. But before this also it is known as Video Indexer. So in some question you might find this as a Video Analyzer for Media. In some question you may find it as a Video Indexer. So both are same things. You should be prepared for both because question may come in any terms. Okay, it is not like very fixed. Okay, so to obtain the transcript of webinars. Okay, so just like we previously in the previous case study also we done this thing, like we obtain the transcript using this video indexer only, right? You need to ensure the solution meets the knowledge base requirement. What should you do? Okay, so what is the knowledge base requirement? Again, this is our knowledge-based requirement that it should support the searches for equivalent terms. It can transcribe the jargons with high accuracy, can search content in different formats, including video, and it should provide the relevant link to the external resources for further research. Okay, so let's come to our question. What should you do to obtain the transcript? Create a custom language model. So do we need, there is a need to create a custom language model? Yes. Why you ask so? Because there are jargons we need to take care of. Okay. So we have to customize it according to our accounting jargons. So we need the customization here. So definitely we are going to create a custom language model. But let's discuss the other option as well. So let's take the other option as well. Configure audio indexing for videos only. So this is not going to help me because it restricts the indexing process to audio content only, which we don't want. Also, if I choose this, then I'm not taking care of that jargon's knowledge base requirement, right? Next is enable multi-language detection for videos. Yes, this also seems to be correct, but here question is specifically asking to meet the knowledge base requirement, which include the jargon condition as well. So this is not going to be my answer. Next is build a custom person model for webinar presentation. So yes, this is also like an option of customization here. But what this custom person model will do, it will categorize the content by presenter. But this is not a requirement of the question. Here, question is specifically asking about transcripts of webinar, which has nothing to do with this custom person model. Okay, so this is not going to help me. So A option is correct. Let's check it. So yes, this is correct. So that's all in this video. I hope you are liking this case study question. Please let me know in the comments. Also, when is your exam date? When you are scheduling your exam? Please let me know in the comments so I can like prepare more accordingly. However, due to a full-time job, it is like a bit difficult for me, but I try to like move it more faster. Please let me know in the comments. Okay. Make sure you subscribe the channel and like this video and let me know in the comments. Comments are more important to me. So like everybody, please comment.